All right, my friends, the Ozman with you. How you doing? So we reached the second part of my Philippines trip. So this video you're about to see is part 2 of my Philippines trip. It was a good trip. I'm going to say some stuff about the trip at the end of the video, my kind of overall wrap up. But I did want to just once again, just like the last time when I did my Philippines video, which was last week, for those people who tune into my channel, and I've noticed more and more people tune into my channel just for leather stuff and boot stuff. This video does not have any, I didn't wear my Westcoat tall boots anywhere in this video, okay? And I didn't wear a leather jacket because I'm in the Philippines and it's hot. So I didn't bring my leather jacket. Actually, I did bring my leather jacket, but I only wore it on the airplane flying to Manila and back to the US because it gets cold on the airplane. But I didn't wear it, while I was there. So if you're tuning in for boots or video or leather jackets, none of that's in this video, okay? So I want to make that clear because my last video, I also made a statement that there's no boots in the video, and I got some people writing to me and asking, where are the boots? No boots are in this video, okay? My next video that you will see next week, I will have some boot stuff in that one, some boot footage. Okay, so if that's what you want to see, tune in next week, okay? But this week is part 2 of my Philippines trip. So before I also go into the video, I went to Cebu City and I stayed at the Seda Central Bloc Hotel. But in the whole video, I noticed I kept referring to it as Seda City Central, Seda City Block. But its real name is Seda Central Bloc. Okay, so I want to make that clear because I just keep saying city block, and that's a mistake. It's called Central Bloc. So I just want to make that clear. And then finally, I also wanted to make a comment about Cebu Harley-Davidson. Cebu Harley-Davidson, they have used motorcycles that you could either buy or rent. And I didn't realize that when I made the video. I found that information out later. So I did want to just bring that up to your attention right now. So if you were in Cebu City and you wanted to rent a Harley or even buy a used Harley, Cebu Harley-Davidson does do that. Manila Harley-Davidson, where the capital, does not. Manila Harley-Davidson just sells new bikes. They don't sell used bikes. They don't do rentals, none of that kind of stuff. So that's the difference between Cebu Harley-Davidson and Manila Harley-Davidson. Anyway, let's get the video going. Enjoy. So let's head over to Cebu Harley-Davidson. Harley-Davidson, look at that. All right, I'm here at Harley-Davidson Cebu City, my friends. I'm gonna go check it out. Finally made it over here. Finally, the weather's nice. So let's check out what's going on. All right, looks like they got a couple of Sportsters here. Sportsters are not that popular in the United States, but they seem to be pretty popular here. These, I guess these must be used bikes. I don't know, they look kind of old, but maybe, yeah, they look old. I don't know. Oh, these are demo bikes. Demo. Look at that. Oh, the Pan America. So I wonder, the last time I was at the Harley-Davidson at Manila, they said they don't take in trade-ins, but maybe Cebu does. Maybe Cebu Harley-Davidson does. Anyway, I'm going to go inside and see there's some scooters too. So see what there is to see. All right, Harley-Davidson. So, I always got to go to. They're very friendly here, though. So, if I ever move to Cebu or if I come back and visit, I'm going to rent a Harley next time and do some riding. Look at this bike. That's pretty cool. Very cool. All right, I'm here at Cebu Harley-Davidson, checking out the bikes. Cool little dealership here, very friendly. I was just talking to one of the managers. Very nice. Look at this bike, it's beautiful. I don't know if you could use it here in Cebu though, because it's so big and it's really nice. I don't know if you want to damage it here in Cebu, but it is cool looking. They probably run about this. Does it have a price tag? It has, 3,870,000. I'm not too sure what the exchange rate is. I would guess it's around 50,000. It's nice though. All right, my friends. Well, I just finished buying my shirts, and I'm heading onto the cool streets of Cebu here. But it was these people are very friendly. They told me I could rent a motorcycle if I want. So next time I'm going to come here, I'm going to rent a bike and check out the motorcycle life here in Cebu.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Thank you. Uh-oh, this guy's backing into me. All right, let's see what we can see the rest of the day. All right, this is the cold. Oh, there's Harley-Davidson. So this is the cold, hard streets of Cebu City, my friends. Look, they got a cool mural there. I like, or whatever this is. All right, I'm here in Cebu City, I.T Park, at this kind of outdoor food tent thing. Having a beer and checking out the vibe. It's actually kind of a cool night here in Cebu. Usually the Philippines is known for heat and humidity, but right now it's pretty cool. Let me show you a little bit of the sights. All right, my friends, as they say here in the Philippines, Togay. Togay, my friends, Togay. Or maybe I should drink out of this cup. Togay. Let's say the party vibe. Look at this. This place is packed. All right, so if you ever come to the, oh, this girl's giving me a, look at, she's all mad at me. I guess she's not a fan of West Coast tall boots. Anyway, I still got a few more days here in the Philippines, so let's see what kind of magic we can get into. Look, we got another guy vlogging over there. Oh. Slight accident right there, my friend. Slight accident. That's what happens when you party too hardy. What happens when you party too hardy. The Ozman here again. I was staying at the Seda. What is it? Seda City Block. There's one also in the City Alaya or something like that, or the Alaya Mall. But this is the City Block. And I'm about to kick back, enjoy a night here in the Philippines. I'm the only one up here at the pool. For some reason, nobody wants to swim in the pool. But let me show you the magic. All right, so that's the pool right here, my friend. And I'm the only one up here. But I'm gonna order myself a pizza. And I'm gonna have myself a beer. And oh, by the way, here's the view. Look at that. Look at that. Hold on, let me move over here. It's actually kind of colder today here. Look at that view, huh? Well, you seeing that? So anyway, I would highly recommend coming to the Seda City Block Hotel. I think it's a really nice hotel. It's got a good vibe. And if I ever come back to Cebu, I'm going to stay here. So I highly recommend it. Check it out. All right, I'm about to have myself a drink. I'm waiting for my waitress to bring myself a beer. But let me show you the view from where I'm sitting at the pool, I should say. All right, there's the pool right there. Nobody's in the pool, unfortunately. I got the showers over there. Looks like the restroom's over there. Yeah, pretty sweet. All right, my friends. So this is my last full day here in Cebu. I did want to show you the hotel I'm hanging out at. So if you ever do come to the Cebu, Philippines, you might want to check it out. So I'm staying at the Seda Hotel, S-E-D-A Hotel. That's at this one. There's two Seda hotels in Cebu. One is the, I think it's just called the Alaya. And then this one is called the Seda City Block Hotel. So you see it back there? That one, right there. So ironically, this hotel is also next to a mall called Ayala. So I get a little confused. But anyway, if you want to come here and stay at the same hotel the Ozman did, you want to stay at the Seda City Block, B-L-O-C Hotel. So let me show you. All right, so this is the outside. That's the hotel, Seda. Let me see if I can zoom in up there. Oops. Right there, Seda. SEDA, okay? And it's next to this mall right there, which is the, well, you can't see it, it's obstructed a bit, but it's Ayala Mall City Block. Let me see if I can get a better view. Okay, hopefully you can see it better there. There it is, Ayala Mall City Block. City Block. So there's another Ayala Mall that's not City Block, but if you want to stay at the hotel the Ozman did, with my mighty Wesco boots are in my room right now as we speak, this would be the hotel. So this whole area is kind of like a call center IT thing. So like, say for instance, you're in the United States and you have to call your bank because they screwed up or something, and you call, you're going to probably hear a Filipino voice on the other end at their call center, and that person's here in the Philippines. So a lot of these businesses around this hotel are IT call centers. So for everything, you know, name the business, Walmart, banks, AT&T, Verizon, all these people, they're all here for the most part. Now there's another Seda, the Hotel Seda. There's many locations. Well, they have a few locations here in the Philippines. The last one I stayed at was the one at BGC, which is kind of their Beverly Hills here in Manila. So I'm not in Manila right now, I'm in Cebu, but if you're in Manila, they have an area called BGC. It stands for Bonifacio City Garden. I forgot what the G stands for. But anyway, that's their Beverly Hills, and they have a Seda hotel there. And I like this one a little bit more. I also like this area a little bit more. I don't know, maybe because it's a working class neighborhood. You know, you got a lot of these Filipinos, they're just working class people working at call centers. And I don't know, I kind of like that vibe. But anyway, and I like this hotel. I don't know, they have a good customer service. So I would recommend it if you're looking for a cool hotel to stay in. It's maybe a little bit more pricier than, you know, other hotels. So if you're looking for a bargain, maybe the Seda might not be yours. But if, you know, it's not like it's a fortune either. It's not like you're staying at the most expensive hotel in the world. But I would recommend it. So that's just my 2 cents. Take it for what it's worth. So you see all these scooters, they're all employees of this, like this thing right here. See, right there. Look at that. That's a call center building. This one is called Sky Rise. This is kind of cool. I don't know what this is, but anyway, it's here at this park. So yeah, if you want to come to, if you're going to be in Cebu, I would highly recommend coming here to the IT Cebu City Block IT Park. I just like the vibe myself. Now, of course, Cebu itself is a little city. Well, it's the second biggest city after Manila, but to me it seems like it's more like a San Francisco kind of vibe. It's, you know, size-wise. But you know, it's pretty cool. I would definitely come back again. I'm not sure I'm going to come back on my next trip because, you know, I like to see new sights, see new things. But I am glad I came. I had a good time here. I got one more full day. And then I'm heading out to another location. I'm going to Bohol, which is this little island right next to Cebu, the island of Cebu. But we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'll catch you on the next part of this video. All right, I'm here at the Basilica Del Santo Nino, and a lot of churches here in the Philippines. And this one, I actually seen people crawling on their knees to go to the altar. It's kind of hardcore. This is where people light up their candles for their prayers, and it's really pretty here. It's huge. People are very religious here in the Philippines. That's what I'm finding out pretty fast. Anyway, look at this. This is pretty cool. Nice carving, really pretty. Somebody put some flowers there. Yeah, very, very, these Filipino people are very, very religious. All right, so we're here at Magellan's Cross. It's another big like tourist stop and religious stop. I'm not too sure the whole history of this cross, but let me show it to you. So everybody buys these candles and they leave them as, I guess, offerings, and the church probably uses them for masses and things like that. Very beautiful artwork. All right, my friends, I'm still in Cebu. It's my last night here at the Boo. Because if you ain't cool, you ain't at the Cebu, then you ain't hoo-hoo, if you know what I'm trying to tell you. Anyway, I'm having margarita at this particular place. This restaurant is called KUBU, K-U-B-U, KUBU. And it's right across from the Seda Hotel at this I.T Park thing. It's a pretty cool place. And they give you unlimited refills of margaritas for about, I think it's about $6 American. So for $6, you can get refills over and over again here in margaritas here in at KUBU, K-U-B-U. Let me show you the menu here. KUBU. So if you once again, if you're here in Cebu, hanging out at the Seda Hotel or what have you, and you're saying, man, I could sure go for unlimited margaritas, you might want to come here. That's all I'm saying. Might want to come here. Anyway, it's my last night here in Cebu. Tomorrow I'm headed to Bohol and seeing one of my friends, my biker friends out there, and see how that goes. So, all right, my friends. I don't know if I'll continue on with this video. Probably the next video you'll see, I'll be heading to, or I might be already in Bohol. All right, I've reached Bohol, another island here in the Philippines. And I'm looking for something to eat. I'm going to meet up with one of my old friends in a little bit. The party never ends here in Bohol, my friends. The Philippines, you gotta love it. Anyway, I hope my friend shows up soon, but it's a party already. I gotta go away from my buddy. Hopefully he shows up soon. All right, I'm here at Nora's place. So my friend is running late. He's actually on his way on the ferry. So this is a cool little resort here in Bohol. There's the bar. I got a pool over there. Don't want to videotape too much the people. They probably don't like it. Anyway, this is the place. Pretty cool. Let me show you the front. All right, this is the front of Nora's place. Owl and Pig Cafe located inside. Also got pizza and beer. Pizza's very good. I'm gonna have some tomorrow night. Here's some of the traffic. It's a little bit of a dark road here. You know, I'm not in Cebu anymore. I'm in the provinces, so you know it doesn't have as much light as the major city. But anyway, here's the front of the place. I highly recommend it if you ever come to Bohol here in Bohol Island in the Philippines. Here's Nora's place, boutique resort. All right, my friends. Whew. I'm here in Bohol, Philippines. I saw my biker buddy yesterday. We're gonna hang out again a little bit later this afternoon. But right now I'm here in this beautiful resort called Nora's Place. And if you ever come to Bohol, I highly recommend it. It's a pretty cool place. It's a little resorty. It's not like some fancy, big resort, but it's a cool little Filipino vibe here. The owner's very cool, and it's just everybody's nice. I was walking over here to do this video, and a group of people, another family who's staying at the hotel, they said to me, hey, would you like to have breakfast? We have breakfast, you can come join us. And I said no, because I'm going to have breakfast with my friend later. So, but still so friendly. Anyway, let me show you the front of this place. This is Nora's Place Boutique Resort here in Bohol. The pizza I tried last time I was here was delicious. They got some scooters out here. I guess these are employees. That way is the way into town. Well, there's actually two ways into town. This is the way to Alona Park, which is like the cool, not a park, beach, I'm sorry, Alona Beach, which is the cool part of the Philippines, I mean of Bohol, I should say, where all the parties and actions are and all that kind of stuff. But this way goes to like the, I guess the city, if you want to call it that. So, yeah, let's walk a little bit. Unfortunately, no sidewalk here. So, you know, you walk down the street, you're risking your life. But hey, no pain, no gain, you know? I'm gonna try to go here and hopefully nobody kills me. All right. Unfortunately, no sidewalk. Let me try crossing the street. Maybe this side's a little safer because it's got a little bit more of a quote-unquote sidewalk. I'm not gonna walk too far because to get to the main part of the beach territory. What is this? Anna's, I don't know what that is. It's like, maybe it's another hotel. It says vacancy. Anna's, I don't know, Apertel? Got some bikers going over here. I don't know what all this stuff is, but you know, it's part of the magic. Yeah.
Right.
No thanks. That's the one thing you find. Everybody wants to give you a ride. I think this is another resort. Let's take a look at this. All right, so it looks like there's like another little resort. This one looks kind of cool. I might have to check that out a little later. It's a nice little town. Got a jogger back there. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I guess this is a place called Mali. Mali. Hey, look, oh yeah, I guess it's a hotel. It's pretty nice though. Looks kind of big. Somebody's house. So I think that's as far as I'm going to go right now. So I'm going to head back to the resort and try to grab some breakfast and see where the day leads me. I'm only here in Bohol for one day. Tomorrow I'm going back to Manila. And then after Manila, back to the good old US of A. A miracle. Anyway, let's see what the rest of the day brings. So to take one of these tuk-tuks, these little taxis, if you want to call them that, is 100 pesos, Filipino pesos, which turns out to be just a little over $1. It's $1 and little over, maybe $1.50, $1.75, something like that. So let's just round it up and say $2. So 100 pesos is roughly roughly $2 or $1.70 or something like that. And a current exchange rate, things could change. So, which is, I guess, not too bad, you know, just to get you from the resort here to Alona. I think it's called Alona Beach. And anyway, so let's see how the rest of the day goes. Oh, and here is kind of the entranceway to the Nora's Place Resort. It's got this little hallway. Over there is the pool, and the front desk is over there. And they got this kind of a little restaurant. I'm gonna maybe have breakfast there later. I don't know. We'll see. All right, I'm here at Alona Beach again. I'm gonna meet up with my friend a little later, but right now I'm just hanging out, seeing the sights. So let me show you around. They're really doing a lot of improvements here. It's looking pretty fancy. I think this might be a cool little beach resort in the future. Anyway, look, see? They got this whole little walkway over here. They're doing some construction. They're really putting some money into this place. Look at the water. It's really nice. Let me tell you something. If you need a tour guide, there are like 1 million people who want to be your tour guide. So you definitely wouldn't have a problem finding a tour guide. But yeah, it's pretty cool here. I like the vibe. These are a little bit more, I guess, upscale resorts than I was in. That's, what is that called? J Park or something like that? Oh, here it is, J Park Island Resort. So it's kind of a nice little resort. I'm not staying there, obviously, but if you want to check out, maybe that, if you're thinking about coming to Bohol and maybe you want something right on the water, that might be an option. All right, I'm here in Bohol. I just been hanging out with my friend Chris, and checking out the sights. And I'm here in this little area that's known for this motorcycle clubs, biker clubs. And I'm at the Chicken City Pub, which is a well-known motorcycle Harley-Davidson kind of place here in Bohol. So there it is, legendary Chicken City Pub. And here I am in Bohol, baby. You gotta love it, the hole. So if you get a chance, come check it out over here. Look at that. It looks like a cool little place around here, I gotta say. All right, I'm here at Helmet's Bar in Bohol. And let me show you around here. You got all these paintings up here. He's got this hippo over here next to the restrooms. I like this mural up here. Ghost Rider wearing tall boots. This is Voodoo Man. This is a very cool bar. So it's called Helmet's Bar. Helmet's Bar in Bohol. I'll show you the front. It doesn't have a sign in the front that I see. That's one of the cute waitresses. It looks like it has it upstairs, but there's nothing upstairs. But anyway, it's called Helmet. Oh, there it is. Helmet's Place. Yeah, Helmet's Place. So this is the Filipino vibe over here. Everybody doing their thing. Another day in Manila, another church to visit. Anyway, this one's called Basilica Del Jesus Nazareth or something like that. This is Basilica, what is the full name? Basilica Diambanas and Jesus Naziro. It's pretty nice, pretty big. This whole thing is, wow, it's intense. Look at all these people, man. Woo, crazy out here. All right, we're here at this church, another church. And they have this whole kind of vending area where they sell religious stuff. I've been to this church all about 5 minutes, and already I bought a cross, I bought some kind of little statue, I bought some sort of squid thing. I mean, they sell you like crazy out here. But anyway, it seems pretty cool. I like the festive atmosphere. So I'm waiting for my friend to finish her meal so we can go inside the church and check it out. But this is the sights outside. Yeah, man, this is wild out here, man. They take their Catholicism pretty serious here. All right, from the churches of Philippines to Chinatown, baby. I'm in Chinatown here in the Philippines. So it's pretty cool. A lot of people said, oh, don't come to Chinatown, the Philippines, in Manila because it's too dangerous. And I said, hey, I wear West Coast tall boots, my friends. West Coast tall boots. Look at that, you got the water fountain here, these cool lights. Bunch of kids hanging out over there. Bunch of people relaxing over there. It's the year of the freaking horse over here. Let me get over here. Show you the horsey. It's pretty cool. Look, you even got these whatever these statues are with some kind of I don't know if you can see it. Oh, I don't think it comes through. But basically, there's a bunch of designs going on. Can you kind of see it there? Yeah. I'm on this bridge to somewhere. Here in Chinatown, Manila. Look at that. You think you're gonna get this kind of action down in El Monte or Alhambra? No way, baby. All right, look at this cool bridge here in Manila, all lit up. I tell you, it's really nice. But man, so many people ask for money here is ridiculous. There's tons of beggars, and a lot of people asking me for pesos. These two children, they came by on a little bicycle asking me for money. I'm like, man, what is this? All right, I'm on this bridge back here, heading towards like I think something like I don't know, a farmer's market or something. But you know what's cool about this bridge is that there's a similar bridge in Los Angeles called the 6th Street Bridge. But all these homeless people stole all the copper, so the bridge used to light up, it doesn't anymore. But this one still lights up, and people kind of hang out here like it's a park. It's pretty cool. Look at that. Got some joggers, and there's people just kind of hang out at the top there. I will show you, but I don't want to get in people's way. But it's pretty cool, and I'm heading down to that kind of farmer's market kind of thing. We're in the Philippines, we're doing some AC/DC. My friends, how you doing out there's the Oz man? Oh yeah. And wrapping up the Philippines video here. I hope you liked it. I covered a lot of stuff, kind of went all over the place, but you know, thought I'd share how life is here in the Philippines. This trip has been a very strange one. You know, every time I go to the Philippines, everything's a little every single trip is unique. None of them are quite the same. And this trip started off pretty good. I will be honest with you, the last couple of days have been a little not so great, mostly because of personal issues with people, but still the Philippines is pretty cool. I still like the Philippines. It's still a place I would consider retiring. I'm not sure I'm going to retire here, considering it. But I don't know. I mean, the Philippines, you know, I used to know this woman when I was way younger. I don't know if I ever told the story before. Maybe I did. And this was when I was living up in San Francisco. And this woman also lived in San Francisco, but she loved Las Vegas. Loved Las Vegas. And she said, Vegas is the greatest city. There's no city as cool as Las Vegas. And I said, well, you know, it's one thing to visit a place. It's another thing to live there. And Las Vegas is a great place to visit, but do you want to live there? Eventually she did move to Vegas, and she still likes Vegas, but she's not quite as enamored with it anymore, because once you live there, you know, it's a different scene. But in general, I don't know whether I'm going to retire here or not. Yeah, I have no clue. I still got a good, 6, 7, maybe 8 years before I officially retire. So I got time to decide. I might stay in the United States. I still would love to go back to Portland. One of my friends, she's really pushing Minneapolis on me. She said, even though it's cold, she goes, it's great. So Florida, maybe, possibly, even though it's so humid there. I don't think I can handle the humidity. But anyway, I hope you liked the video. And, just one of my little travel videos. I plan to be doing a couple other trips within the United States, and I will be recording those as well. So until next time, my friends, you ride like that wind, and don't let that wind ride you. All right, I'll catch you in the next one.